Hello everyone, my name's Dean, let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is March 24th, 2023, and Bitcoin is currently about to break major resistance. It's not major resistance, but it's significant resistance. It's resistance that we've been under for about a week, okay? Let's zoom out. I'm zoomed in because things are super volatile. Things are super volatile. If you've been paying attention, you would know this. Many of your favorite exchanges have either went down, or they've gone down, or stopped trading, halted trading. Charts don't work anymore. Charts are broken. So you can see my watch list here. I have multiple charts. Reason being, some oracles, some different exchanges, their chart didn't work anymore, right? So I had to go on another chart just to trade. Been a very, very busy morning for me. Late night or early morning, whatever you want to call it, managing positions because of all of the volatility. I say this a lot on the channel, but risk management is everything. It's good to make these analyses and trade your plan and stuff like that, but then without good risk management, it's all for naught. And so this is really where everything comes together. Everything comes together, and your chances of success increase with good risk management. All right. Anyway, Bitcoin is looking a lot better than people think, okay? And let me just give you an example of chart breaking. So you could see this chart, right? This is the typical chart I use, the Binance chart. This actually broke. Binance, the hugest, the largest, the most dominant, biggest player in crypto, stopped trading because of all the volatility. I said this before. I've been saying for quite some time. Once things turn around and prices actually start to move in the positive direction impulsively, you're not going to have a chance to buy. You're not going to have a chance. Even the exchanges I was using this morning, I wanted to buy a little more, or move some assets around to another wallet. I couldn't do it because the exchange was literally offline because of all of the volatility, all of the the drama, I guess. This is exactly what we're expecting before a big move. So it's very likely that a big move is coming, just like we were talking about yesterday, because of all of that volatility. I wanted to show you. Here's Bitcoin chart, the regular chart that I use, the typical chart that I use, the Binance chart, but that broke, and so I had to resort to using this chart, which is a KuCoin chart, which thankfully didn't break, right? So just on this, let's just look at this on a small time frame really quickly. You can see what's been happening since the big move after the Fed FOMC announcement. Oh, looks like we're getting another move. I'm like watching and going live at the same time, monitoring stuff. Guys, give me a second. Gotta monitor stuff. Gotta monitor stuff. Okay, let's do. Oof. All right, we're looking for a move. All right, come on, let's go. Let's go. One second, guys. 1 second. I gotta manage these trades. There's another one. I'm looking for what my trades that I need to pay attention to. It's just that one. Okay, let's do that one. Okay, let's do this real quick. Okay, let's do this. Okay. All right, so on a small time frame, and I'm on the 5-minute chart because I mean things are happening and they're happening now. I want to start off with this FOMC announcement drop, because this is crucial to understanding Bitcoin's price action in the immediate short term. Let's zoom out. So keep that in mind. And zooming out, I pointed out the fact that we're likely putting in 5 Elliott waves, and then this FOMC dump was essentially the capitulative move of this ABC correction, okay? And this ABC correction essentially served as a correction to this 5-wave impulse, and the reason we know that with a high degree of probability is that the time it took to go up in 5 was about the same time it took to come down in 3, okay? So you have an Elliott wave impulse that goes up in 5, down in 3, retraces to below the 382, so you know automatically it's going to be a wave 1, wave 2 situation. And now all of this is essentially simply a consolidation reversal or accumulation, right? Wyckoff accumulation, AB base, whatever you want to call it. It's a consolidation reversal or accumulation of the supply dumped on the market during the capitulation of this move right here, okay? So now let's zoom back in to the small time frames and really hone in on this right here. And by the way, guys, this stream is not going to be as long as usual. We're just going to hit the quick points and call it, because it's been a long night, early morning for me. All right, so here we have a 3-wave move, okay, which I believe is your initial break of structure, and this pretty much tells you that, all right, this is going to correct against this, okay? So I'm looking at all of this as one contiguous accumulation channel. This is my counter to my initial break of structure, so I would call this big B. I'd call this small a right here, okay? And I'd call this right here small b, right? What we just put in, okay? So I'm seeing all of this as part and parcel of an AB base, okay? Just patterns or pairs of AB bases, and then ultimately we're going to have to get a pivot. That pivot can be a zigzag, it could be a flat correction, we don't know, okay? So this is what I'm looking at. We're pretty much on the last legs of this channel that accumulates the supply dumped here to then resume the trend, okay? And then if you step back for a second and you go like on the hourly time frame, you can see this. And this is what I wanted to demonstrate on the okay, let's go to our other chart. Let's go to our other chart. Here we go. Okay, so what I want to demonstrate here is the idea that I talk about quite often on this channel, is there are different actions that you can perceive at resistance, and depending on what that is, you can consider it bullish or bearish. Okay, so this is our sort of our cause for the resistance. This order block on the way down at around between 28 and 32,000. So Bitcoin had this kind of consolidation on the way down, and so on the way up, we treat this as a resistance. It's not a big resistance. It was 30 days or so of consolidation, but it is resistance nonetheless. So it doesn't surprise us that upon hitting the lower barrier, the lower support region of this channel, Bitcoin consolidates, okay? And so once it consolidates, now then it should essentially eventually pop up, retest, and move out, okay? What's bullish about this and not bearish, and why is the title of the live stream Bitcoin is about to break 28K, is the fact that we didn't reject from 28K. People keep saying that. A rejection is a three-wave move that goes down. Rather, again, if you look on the smaller time frames, you can see what we actually did. We consolidated at resistance. Consolidating at resistance is not rejecting at resistance. There's a big difference. This is consolidating at resistance, okay, especially with all of this price action where you really see bullishness, okay? There's not a failure or a how do you put it? It's not like the level is so strong that it just rejects price. It didn't, okay? It went down to key support, came back up, and it's pretty much testing it to then break it, okay? So that's the idea with Bitcoin. Now, let's have a look at the DXY. DXY did something we didn't think it would do, but this still isn't bullish for the DXY. Let's explain. Much like Bitcoin, the DXY, obviously, during the Fed announcement, had a big drop. Now, after that big drop, we saw in time what would you call that? A regaining, or I'm thinking of the word, a regaining of the level, if you will, okay? A regaining of the level, but that's not bullish. Why? Because of the way it did it. So there are two similar things, right? Bitcoin regained the level after the drop of the FOMC. Let's go back to the other chart, which is a little more accurate. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. Where's my other Bitcoin chart? It's crazy we have to do this because exchanges get so much activity. Sometimes they just have to give up. Okay, so here, the FOMC drop, Bitcoin regained the level, okay? It regained it in three waves, which is, corrective. There's nothing impulsive about a three-wave move, but the context of this three-wave move is in, considering the entire consolidation reversal. Basically, you're accumulating here. Okay, it's accumulating here. Now, here in the DXY, you did the same thing. You regained the level in three waves, but actually, it's more of a retest before a breakdown. I'm trying to explain this. I'm going to try and explain this as well as I possibly can. There may not be a simple explanation, but this is the difference between really knowing your charts and kind of knowing it. Because if you just think in terms of, it made a higher high, because it technically made a higher high from when it dropped. If you only think of higher highs and higher lows, you probably think the DXY is bullish right now, and you probably think Bitcoin is bear. Well, you probably don't know, because both of them regained their levels, and they're supposed to be inversely correlated. So which one is which? What's doing what, right? But if you look closely, and context is important, the way this regained the level, it didn't do it immediately. Okay, and I talked about this when it was happening. I said, in a bullish context, you will have regained the level quickly. But in a bearish context, you will dilly-dally and then slowly regain it, basically retesting previous support as resistance, and then ultimately proving that, making this level that used to be support resistance. Okay, that's one of the simplest way I can explain it. The other way is, like, the difference between Bitcoin and the DXY is how it regained the level, and specifically how you can see 1, 2, 3. Basically, this is this is one contiguous corrective wave. Okay, so read it again: A wave, B wave, C wave. One contiguous corrective wave, essentially showing that this is an initial break of structure. This is a B wave, so you could call this an A wave, you can call this a B wave, and now you get a C wave in the direction of the initial break of structure. Okay, whereas Bitcoin, again, they're not the same, has put in the break, which you would consider, maybe you didn't know anything about, like, Elliott waves, and you don't see this as one contiguous flat correction. Maybe you just see this as a break of structure like the DXY. Okay, the difference is this isn't an A wave, so a 3-wave move, just like you saw in the DXY, but then you got a subsequent counter to that. So it's telling you it's not a simple retest of a lost level of support as resistance. This is an accumulation. Big difference. So, okay, that's the best way I can explain it. And this is why, technical analysis, good technical analysis, requires a decent amount of skill, because there are, the devil's in the detail. There are many different sort of details that you have to pay attention to disambiguate bearish price action from bullish price action. Okay, Bitcoin dominance still at resistance. Okay, we've been at this resistance level for quite some time, and we're looking to ultimately reject from it, because we know that this is high time frame resistance, so it's highly unlikely that you move up from here. It's just a question of, okay, when is this going to break down, not if. All right, so that's what we're looking at. If you want to throw on your indicators, some indicators, you can see you're topped out on the 4-hourly, on the hourly, and the 15-minute you're bottomed out. But essentially, on the high time frames, let's see, daily you're topped out, weekly you're topped out. On all the high time frames, the daily, the weekly, the 4-hourly, and the hourly, you're all topped out. So you're essentially on the precipice, you're on the cusp of an alt season where altcoins just rush and outperform Bitcoin. So we talked about that before as well. Okay. Let's see. I'm just checking my positions. Hold off 1 second. I hope you guys are having a good day and are managing this volatility. It's not easy. One second, I just need to do something. Almost done. almost done. I have a lot of positions that I have to monitor and manage. Okay. All right, so that's Bitcoin. That's the DXY. That's Bitcoin dominance. Let's have a really quick look into these altcoins. Okay, really quick. And then we'll call it a stream. Not a big stream today. Today is just all about managing stuff and trying to survive this last little bit of consolidation. I'm checking again. Okay, here we go. 1 second. One second, guys. I don't know if you guys have experienced the same thing, but like the exchanges, literally, most exchanges went down for a bit. Maybe you guys didn't, but if you're a degen and you're always like managing your positions or watching, you will have noticed. It's tough. Let's see. Okay. I don't know how people stream and work at the same time if they're like seriously trading. It's very, very challenging. Let's see. 2, 5, 7. Okay. Hello, Akanksha. So yeah, I believe that BTC is consolidating under resistance. That is what I'm seeing. There's a lot to support that, just like I said in the beginning of the stream. Let's have a quick look at these altcoins. Quick look. And then I'm going to get back to work. Let's see. I don't even want to use this particular chart because it broke, so it's not accurate in this small time frame. So okay, yeah. Okay. Cardano. I'm seeing this, and I'm just gonna do like 50-foot view. I'm seeing this as one of these, okay, a running flat. I've said this before, and this is likely your consolidation reversal, your inverse head and shoulders reversal. A lot of times you see reversals happen as rounded bottoms, and then more specifically, you could say you get these head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern to reverse price. That's Cardano. I'm seeing the same thing. Oh, obviously here because this is the same chart. I had to have 2 charts again because the Binance one broke. You can see they're slightly different. In any case, Algorand. I'm seeing this as an accumulation. This as an accumulation channel. Okay, on support. So my support is that line right there, and if you zoom out, you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is essentially one massive zigzag. So this is your A wave, this is your B wave. All of this is a what? A flag, a bull flag, right? A bull flagpole, and then the pennant. Okay, R weave. Let's go back on the smaller time frames. You can see I'm shopping all of these charts because so many positions. All of these positions, if for those of you guys that don't know, I'm in them. I'm like trading them. I'm managing these trades. So this is why I'm not just talking about random altcoins. I'm actually trading them, and it's a lot of work. Lots and lots of work. Okay, so I'm seeing this again as a running flat, and this was this was a wave 4. I think this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an ending diagonal wave 4. So this is what I'm seeing in R wave. Let me check my R wave position. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing in R wave. Again, 2 different charts because one of them broke. Okay, blur. This one's an interesting one. Tough to trade because it's very new, very volatile. But I'm seeing this as my what do I see this as? My flat correction. This is a flat correction. Or is it? Let's see. Let's double check. I'm just going to pull the fibs right from here. Okay, so this can't be a zigzag. It must be a flat correction, and it must start from here. And you can see this quite clearly. This is your A wave. All of this is your B wave. Okay, so you can see all of these patterns in the charts. Now here, I think we finally have put in, or are putting in, some sort of zigzag. All this red makes me nervous. I don't know about you guys. I hate seeing so much red in the watch list. Like, volatility is cool, but like, wrong way, bro. But we know volatility typically goes the opposite way before it resolves in the way it wants to go. So you'll get some red before getting some green. You get some volatility in the red before going into the green. So I think here, this is an impulse. It's imperceptible because literally if you go on the minute chart, you'll see in 2 minutes, blur went down. All this, I don't know how much it is. It's a lot. It was really, it's 10% in 2 minutes. You can go on the minute chart and see it's one candle. But essentially, I think this is a 3-wave move down to the 0.5 to 618. So it's a zigzag. I'm expecting a move up here. Okay, that's how I'm trading it. Moving forward. Okay, bonk. This to me is a channel of consolidation. Okay, so I think we're at the base of the channel. Bitcoin we already talked about. But yeah, I think you can see that here. You can see these patterns, especially if you look at them over and over again. They're almost, it's very highly probable what you're seeing is what you're seeing. Okay, it's a flat correction. Sorry, 1 second. I need to go to one sandbox. Okay, so what happened here? Okay, 1 second. Let's see. One second. I'm working, guys. Give me 1 second. Let's see. I gotta check this one right here. Okay, yeah. That looks good to me. That looks good to me. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, this is a bunch of flat corrections right here. I think if you look at sand on the 15-minute time frame, you can see a flag. So this is the flagpole, and all this stuff is the flag. Okay, and this flag is essentially respecting the 0618 of this flagpole. Now, I think you finished here, the actual correction, and then all of this is the subsequent AB base. So 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot. That's what I'm seeing as. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So we were on, I think we're on dent. Let me get rid of this. So again, I'm seeing these running flats, and then subsequent to that, you have to put in some accumulation, or AB basing, whatever you want to call it. This is what I think this is. All this is, okay? And this in particular seems like this was a zigzag, and then this is a flat correction, okay? But I still think you need to put in a pivot here. Okay, Dodo. It just keeps going down. Let's see. Let's check. Okay. So I'm seeing here on Dodo a flat correction, and I think this is this one right here, okay? I don't think this is one contiguous flat correction. Running flat, I think you get right here an A wave, B wave, okay? So it's just a series of flat corrections still, and you've been putting in a series of corrections ever since you retested this resistance as support over here. Yeah, so I think this is it. Like this. Like this. Just a series of corrections. And we all know you need to put in 3 sets, 2 degrees of A-B basing and a pivot, right? 3 sets of flats or a zigzag before continuing the trend. Okay, so here we have Dogecoin. Let's check here. Okay. So Dogecoin. I'm seeing this as, I mean, think about trying to trade this in and out. This is why I'm saying, like, you know, short-term trading is, I don't know how beneficial or profitable that can be, especially, I don't know how beneficial it can be in terms of, like, you know, in a lot of different market cycles or a lot of different market environments. Like this market environment, trying to trade this in and out, up and down, you could do that, right? Long the bottoms of the channel and short the tops, but it's tough, and obviously you don't go in a straight line, so I wouldn't envy anybody trying to do that. But in any case, like, I do think this is your first correction, and then all of this is kind of like a subsequent correction, right? So 1 degree, 2 degrees. I think this is your 3rd degree. I think that's your pivot right here. I think you got a wave and then a counter right there. So that's what I'm seeing it as. Okay. So yeah, I had to take 2 charts out because, yeah, they didn't work. Stopped working. Okay, polka dot. Similar to what we saw in Doge. I think this is just one massive flat correction. You could say that it's a massive flag of this, or you could just say that this is the zigzag, and then this subsequent portion is your accumulation. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing with dot. And check my position. Use this as an opportunity. Okay. DYDX. So just a series of corrections right here. You go up in 3 waves, come down in 3 waves, right? Or sorry, go up in 5 waves, come down in 3 waves. That's a zigzag, and then everything after that. Is that a zigzag? Maybe it's not a zigzag. Let's see. Maybe it's a flat correction. Yeah, it can't be a zigzag. It's got to be a flat correction. It's probably taken from here. Yeah, hit the 786. So go up in 3, come down in 3. I was right the first time, like this, and then all this is your subsequent accumulation. Okay. So that's DYDX, and you know, these need to be traded dynamically, given that you're in corrective price action. So like you would take this 3-wave move and then hide behind the phi ratio, which is at 220. Okay. ETH. Okay, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. This is quite straightforward. 5 waves up, 3 waves down, but not obviously in pure impulse. This is a zigzag, quite clearly, right? You can see that all of this is one massive complex flat correction, or you can take it as this being 5 waves up, 3 waves down, and then all this over here being your subsequent AB basing, right? Your absorption of supply. I don't really know how to look at it, but either way, you're likely to get a move up and out of this as a result. Okay. Chain link. I think you got your zigzag over here. Okay, this is corrective. And then subsequent to that, you got a flat correction. So basically so A base, B base, A base, B base. That's how I'm seeing it, right? Chain link, same thing. Sorry, I have double charts because the exchanges. I think this is an example of you're running flat and then subsequent AB basing with a rounded bottom. All this, I would say, is your AB basing. And again, you typically see this pitchfork pattern, whatever, inverse head and shoulders. That's what it looks like when you're rounding or bottoming. Litecoin is probably one of the most bullish assets. You go up in 5, down in 3, and then put in some up in 5, down in 3, put in some AB basing. Okay. MOVR. Let me check. On a small time frame, this is just a series of flat corrections. Okay, so if this is your A wave, this is your B wave. If this is an A wave, this is a B wave. So you should get a move after a pivot, right? Harmony 1. This looks to me like another zigzag. 5 waves up, 3 waves down, and then subsequent AB base. Okay. Sand, we already did. Shib, I'm not exactly sure how you say it. 3 waves, 3 waves. So essentially, this is kind of like your 5 waves up, 3 waves down, and then subsequent AB basing, except this is 3 waves up, 3 waves down. So this is a flat correction followed by a series of accumulations, right here. You can see, again, I think it's nice to see over and over again the rounded bottom, right? It's not just something people say. You actually get rounded bottoms at bottoms. So synthetics. One, 2, 3, and then subsequent AB basing. Okay. Telcoin, just a mess of. You can see this. This is quite clearly some consolidation, accumulation, right? You're just going up and down and up and down and up and down. Series of AB basing. Tron is one of the most interesting. This was the FOMC announcement drawdown. You go 5 waves up, 3 waves down. But I don't think it's that simple. I think this was a move, and then this is a different move, and then this is another move. Okay, it looks like 5 waves up, 3 waves down, but I think you have to break it up, or else it doesn't make sense. Okay, I have 3 Tron charts. Does that make sense? No. Okay, let's get rid of those 2. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. Alright, let's undo that. Let's add tell here. Okay, vet. Again, you can see the rounded bottom. I can tell you or I can show you, and I think this is the best part about, like, you know, actually doing the work and actually doing this analysis and, you know, looking out for these patterns. Like, you can read about it and theorize about it, but then if you actually do the work and trade and chart, you can see the pattern on the chart. So I think this is a running flat, and then this is the subsequent AB base. And XRP, it's 5 waves up, 3 waves down, and then a subsequent AB base. And then last but not least, Zilliqa, again, a rounded bottom. I think you're looking at some AB basing. Okay, so that's it for me, guys. This is going to be a relatively short stream. Just so much to do today. This is definitely a decision day. It looks and feels like it. Yeah, you typically get those big moves right before, right after the exchanges go offline, and you get a lot of volatility in the charts. I hope this was helpful. If this was useful, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.